Hello everyone, my name is Kara Means Spicy. Welcome to my channel. Friends, between the infamous Reformation dress that went viral for looking all too similar to the Desi Sharara, to Shah Rukh Khan being treated at the Met Gala like he was a toddler that won the Danimal sweepstakes to be there, the fashion girls have been having a rough go of things as of late. I figured it is no better time than the present for another episode of Fashion Police, the Desi edition. Now, the first episode of this, I focused mainly on non-resident Indians, or NRIs, and their choices in Desi wear, so I thought it would be interesting for this episode to focus mainly on non-Indian people. Pointing and screaming cultural appropriation is no fun, in my opinion, and I feel like it really shuts down any chance of having a meaningful conversation, and it just makes people feel either guilty or self-righteous. Instead of trying to make other people feel guilty, we should be roasting them. It is time for our community to have the last laugh. And who's better for the job than your goddess of gaudy, your grand poobah of poor taste, me. And I don't have anything against the people that I'm gonna talk about in this video. It is always okay to make fun of the rich and famous. Why? Because they can dry their tears with $100 bills. So let's kick this video off with a legendary woman, known for her contributions to the world of music, for redefining womanhood, and for inspiring a legion of blue-eyed spirituals to live their best eat, pray, love lives. Madonna! In the late 90s, Madonna was showing a pretty intense interest in Indian culture, not only in the clothing and the accessories that she was donning, but also her music. AI could never come up with this. You know, I hate to use this word, but like, it's kind of matronly on her, but this is the most age-appropriate thing for her to wear at the time. She looks good. I have to say she looks good, but this is the messiest auntie at the function approaching you to ask you if you have a boyfriend. Perhaps the peak of her newfound interest in Indian culture was best displayed at the 1998 MTV VMAs. Her background dancers appear to be doing some sort of Bharatanatyam performance, while she herself is wearing bangles and also mehendi on her hands. Her performance is made a religious one when she's singing a song that contains a lot of Sanskrit chanting, and she has a marking on her forehead which is known as tilak, which is traditionally worn as a symbol of your Hindu faith and your devotion to a specific god or goddess. The specific marking on her forehead appears to be the Vaishnava tilak, which signifies your devotion to Lord Vishnu, and that your body is a temple for Lord Vishnu. That's Lenny Kravitz getting on top of Madonna, and never mind. Forget I said anything. Now, you could say, she's a pop star.
So what? I'm a pop star.
She is known for pushing the envelope and pissing people off, not unlike her controversy with the Like a Prayer music video, where a lot of people got upset because they felt as though the imagery in the music video was insulting to Christianity. Now, I don't want to play with the fire of religion too much here, but this is what I mean when I say that most non-Indian people, when attempting to adopt certain aspects of Indian culture, don't give it the respect that it deserves. And they just engage in it because they think it's fun. Can you wear Indian clothes, chant in Sanskrit, and put tilak on your forehead? Yes, absolutely. Anyone can. But it's very obvious when you don't really know what you're doing, and in turn, you just look stupid. Next, I would like to talk about Vanessa Hudgens. In the early 2010s, she was kind of known for that boho, hippie, Coachella chic aesthetic. I feel like boho is just code word for, I'm gonna spend thousands of dollars to wear something that looks like it was thrifted because I would rather die than step foot in a secondhand clothing store. I feel like people have given her a pass for her fashion choices just because she's part of a very beloved institution, which is, of course, High School Musical. I have seen only the first High School Musical movie, and I've only seen it once because I don't like musicals. Having no nostalgic attachment to her, it is easy for me to say, Vanessa, it is time to repent for your sins. She looks like a Girl Scout mom that makes her kids sell Girl Scout cookies in front of the cannabis dispensary. Mommy, this man has been standing at our table for 20 minutes and he hasn't said anything to us. He just keeps staring at us. Not now, kids. Mommy's trying to catch a vibe. I could get behind this if this was made out of like upcycled saris or something like that, but it's not. It is a designer dress from Camilla, whose caftans range anywhere between $600 to $1,000 US. When I was doing research for this video, I was amused to learn that Vanessa Hudgens threw a Bollywood-themed birthday party for her younger sister in 2013. Ooh, what a fun concept. Let me guess, was everyone encouraged to go in iconic Desi outfits? Like, did someone come as Kareena Kapoor from Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum? Or Aishwarya Rai in Hum Dil Ke Chupke Sanam? I give up. How could such beautiful girls look so bad? You could go dumpster diving behind a tailor shop in India and come out with a costume that looks infinitely better than this. And if you're thinking to yourself right now, well, she looks bad, but there is no way you can show me something where she looks worse. There is absolutely no way you can show me a picture of Vanessa Hudgens wearing something uglier than that. I'm sorry, I have news for you. Here she is wearing mosquito. Oh God. Oh my God. Once the initial shock of it wears off, it's not horrible. It's kind of cute, actually. I do like the bright color of the red behind like all this embroidery. I think, well, you know me, I'm a sucker for embroidery, of course. But this is very, very clearly Rajasthani embroidery made into like a mini dress. It's honestly not me struggling to say something nice about this. I don't know why. I just keep imagining her like thumping her chest like a gorilla and it makes like cymbal noises. This next one is kind of a weird one, but I did want to get your guys' thoughts on it. It's Sydney Sweeney in the Sasquatch commercials.
Let's face it, guys only want one thing.
Wish I had something natural instead of this synthetic body wash. Sydney Sweeney, body wash genie?
Dr. Squatch Natural Body Wash for men. At the end of the day, they just want to crack open a natural one with the boys.
Sydney Sweeney, body wash genie!
Dr. Squatch Body Wash for men who prefer natural.
Sydney Sweeney Body Wash Genie! I guess the only way to get men to wash their ballsack is if Sydney Sweeney tells them to. Would you consider this outfit Desi? I mean, I know what you're gonna say, it's Sydney Sweeney. No one's looking at the clothes. But these pants appear to be some form of pleated harem pants. To me, they look like patiala pants paired with a sari blouse. Now, I'm not gonna confidently say that this outfit is Indian because I feel like a lot of cultures have their own version of these pants or these pantaloons. I gotta give credit where credit is due. This is a tasteful outfit. I mean, the producers of this commercial could have really slutted her out. Like, they could have put her in a little bedazzled bra and a see-through skirt and made her do some silly little dance for these dirty fucking slobs while they sip their beer and waste oxygen.
Sydney Sweeney!
But no, it's actually kind of a cute outfit. Like, the only reason I bring it up is like, I kinda like this outfit. Okay, I'm sure all of you have seen this image at least once. This picture of Gwen Stefani has plagued our community for decades at this point. You know, let me tell you a little story, okay? When I was 6 years old, my family and I moved back to India to live with our grandparents for a brief amount of time. We moved into this cute little neighborhood in the outskirts of Bangalore. Every morning, I would wake up my grandmother by blocking the airflow of her CPAP until she'd wake up gasping for air. And then she would get up and start her day, and then I would go outside and kind of look at all the neighbors as they slowly wake up and start their day as well. We lived next to a mosque, and they would play prayers on the loudspeaker 5 times a day. And the guy who was singing the prayers, like, just had the most beautiful and melodious voice. It was like the world's most peaceful alarm clock. And so everyone kind of got up at the same time. And every morning, I would lock eyes with the man that lived across the street from us. He was an elderly man by the name of Govindappa. Govindappa had a wife, but we didn't know her name. So my grandmother lovingly referred to her as Govindamma. Govindappa, Govindamma. It makes sense. You can see a good sense of humor runs in the family. Anyways, every morning, Govindappa would wake up and the first thing he would do is go outside and feed the stray chickens of the neighborhood wearing this exact outfit. I am not kidding. Black bunion, red or orange sarong or panche, red kunkma on the forehead. The only thing he was missing was the bantu knots, and that's because he was bald. So I gotta say, this picture brings back fond memories. I think somewhere in some interview, Gwen Stefani said that she was experimenting with different cultural styles because she was dating her band member at the time, who is a man of Indian origin, and I guess she just figured this outfit made sense. This outfit does not say, I'm dating an Indian guy. This says, I got dumped by an Indian guy and now I'm having a psychotic break. Hey, it's okay. We've all been there once or twice or thrice. Kim Kardashian at the Ambani wedding. I think people have already given her enough grief about this outfit. It's notorious. So I'm just gonna say this. I think it's such a beautiful dress. I think it could have been saved if she was just covering a little more. Call me a prude, call me old-fashioned, but I just don't think your titties should be spilling out at someone else's wedding. If you wore this to my wedding, I am personally giving you a trash bag and asking you to take yourself out. Next, we have the singer Halsey with her partner Avan Jogia. She walked into the Indian clothing store and said, "Give me something that screams I have an Indian boyfriend." And that's exactly what she got. This outfit says, "I call him Aladdin in bed," which is corny as fuck. If you do that, that is corny as fuck. I don't understand why, in the eyes of the West, the Indian clothing is just like rainbow vomit, you know? Like, clearly this is a very expensive outfit, but it looks cheap because of all like the different colors that are thrown in there. They're actually engaged now, so good for them, I guess.
Congratulations! Oh my God.
As per usual, I saved the men for last. Mark Zuckerberg at the Ambani wedding. He looks like an embroidered lizard, and she looks like the exotic plant that he would be found perched atop of in the wild. The clothing itself is actually quite beautiful, because if you look closely, the embroidery work on the Zuck's suit actually matches the embroidery work on his wife's dress, which is just, what a cute touch. It's so beautiful. It's just, somebody did him so dirty with that color choice. He's so washed out and non-human looking. He looks like a sentient slab of clay. He is literally never going to beat those reptilian allegations. I just know this outfit was picked out by one of his thousands of overworked and underpaid H-1B employees that fucking hate him. You know, that reminds me of something. My friend who works for Meta told me something that I thought was pretty interesting. She said that there's a lot of that HR company speak at Meta, like, you know, we here at Meta, we're not just a company, we're trying to better humankind, we're trying to make the world a better place. She says that the only people that buy into that philosophy of work are the international Indian employees. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. Their entire livelihood, their visa, their everything depends on it. I don't know, I thought it would be kind of interesting to explore that topic through the eyes of actual H-1B employees that work in the tech industry. Let me know if that's interesting to you. By the way, congrats to Canada for electing their new Prime Minister, Mark Carney. I hate to be that person that's hung up on exes, but I think we need to talk about the many Indian looks of Justin Trudeau. Oh, sorry, wrong picture. So, in 2018, Justin Trudeau took a week-long trip to India with the fam, and he really got into the spirit by donning traditional Indian attire everywhere he went. Now, a lot of people were freaking out about this online because they all felt like Justin Trudeau was overdoing it. I mean, I personally don't think there's anything wrong with these outfits. They're just solid colored sherwanis with some minor detailing. I think they look really cute, especially because the whole family's dressing up. I'll tell you what would have been tacky. If the whole family was wearing like matching okay, yeah, they did actually do that, but okay, they're trying. Let's give them that. The only thing that I kind of raise an eyebrow at is this gold getup. It's a lot. Even if you wore this as the groom to your own wedding, this is still doing too much. If you're having trouble understanding why this is over the top, just look at Shah Rukh Khan. Now look at Justin Trudeau, okay? I bet everyone showed up to this event, took one look at Justin Trudeau, and then went, am I underdressed? Look Amir Khan, he is so clearly trying not to laugh. This is what a rich Indian man dresses like. This is what Westerners think a rich Indian man dresses like. Lastly, but not leastly, we have political activist and universal healthcare advocate Luigi Mangione. What did you want me to call him, okay? Murderer? Domestic terrorist? Listen, I am pro Luigi. I have literally embroidered a portrait of this man, but I just want to make a comment on the whole hysteria surrounding this guy. If he was not Italian American, and let's just say his family had origins that trace back a little east of the Mediterranean, and if he was a follower of a certain monotheistic faith that was not Christianity or Judaism, would he still be hailed like a martyr? Or would he be called another word? Just some food for thought. Anyways, free Luigi. Okay, that took kind of a weird turn. Let me know if I missed anyone. I could have gone through the whole Y2K pop star Rolodex for this one, but I simply don't have all of eternity. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow me on my Instagram for all of my daily deranged thoughts. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.